blammo. And did you see what just happened? The second I sent this thing live, here she, oh, that's Coda. He's hot. He's out there.
It's going yellow, red, green, back and forth.
Okay. Are you putting the pressure on me as well as all these guys? Let me just let it go. Okay, it is what it is. It's green now. Okay.
Senior's not had the best day today.
I'll tell you what, the past 24 hours, how I haven't killed myself, put a pistol in my mouth, brushed my teeth with it, is beyond me.
Be quiet, M1 Hound. Be quiet.
My-
I'm telling you.
My,
Hey, this is not the freaking night
You
to be
don't.
funny, you
you
assholes.
do not want to be fucking with me tonight. I have had the worst 24 hours.
Just about everything that could go wrong has gone wrong. And one of the main things is Don had busted that phony that he put up the other day. And I think on the same day, he got contacted by somebody else and he busted another one. A real asshole of a guy. So Don had all that footage on that little micro card, and I don't know how, but we cannot find that footage. We literally, I bet we spent 4 hours looking.
We spent the entire day.
Looking to find that footage on those cards. Don set going through every little micro card
You
we
know
had.
whose fault it is?
I'm sure it's my fault somehow.
It is your fault because I brought it out there on the patio to process. Let's go through this. And what did you tell me?
Don't do that now.
I said,
We're
don't do
having
that
a
now.
drink.
It's getting late. We're having a drink.
Been working
Don't
all day.
do that. Yes, don't do that. And now we don't know where it went. But
And so, I mean, he really wanted to, I guess it was a really good phony bust and he really wanted up. So we've torn the place
we'll find
apart.
it. We'll find it. We'll find it. But it's hard because you can't call that guy back and go, hey man,
Can we do it again?
can we try it again, please? So we're, and then, okay. I tell you what, there will never, ever be another sunflower planted on this property as long as I live here. Not a single one. I have learned my lesson. I'm off of it. Because last night, 24 hours ago, right at this time, all hell broke loose. The heavens opened up and dumped 2.5 inches of water on this property in a 30-minute period. And we are flooded.
I did feel so sorry for him. And I'm going to have to say, you all have seen Don on here. And Don can lose it from time to time when shit ain't going good. He didn't lose it today. Not even over the footage. Not even after losing all that.
Look at radar. What radar said. Look in the dog poop. You're goddamn right, because we found a microcard out there with her teeth marks in it that I can't use anymore. It does not work. And yeah, she's chewed up every pillow, every seashell, everything. I'll blame it on her. I will find it. We have beat ourselves stupid over it, but I hate it for that guy to get away like that. He's a food stock shelfer, shelfer stalker. Is that right? Food stalker shelfer. That's what he does. When you get beans out of the food line off the shelf, he put them there. And he's a SEAL, Team 5, Team 3, operating in Afghanistan during the Gulf War. It was a really good one. He didn't like me, surprisingly, but I don't know.
Just cut me off.
Why, how do they do that? It's Father's Day. I can cut anybody off I want.
I guess so.
What did I do?
I made you a good breakfast. I've made you a nice dinner. I've
That
been
was,
waiting on you.
Greasiest omelet I ever ate in my life. I needed a spoon to drink that grease out of it. Did you see that, guys? You screenshot that look and that, because that was bad. That was really bad. I'm going to pay for that.
I was complimenting you that you, even though it came a flood, you have to understand that these crops are so expensive. I never knew that farming was so damn expensive, but the first sunflowers that we sowed did not work out, made a mistake with those, and so then we replanted them and fertilized them and had the guys come out and put that shit down that sucks out all the salt out of the ground. I mean, we've spent a fortune. And so we were all happy that we were going to get a little bit of rain, you know, fertilizers down, seeds are in. The skies opened up. We were looking out there, we were totally underwater, and he didn't freak out. You didn't freak out. You didn't start throwing shit, and well, you did a little cussing, but not much.
No, I've got it all on videotape. I took the GoPro, me and Zena, and I guess I could get it up. I don't know anybody looked at what happened here last night would see it on the weather radar. 2.5 inches. It just completely flooded out all this beautiful chufa. See, we put the chufa, we planted that where it floods first for the ducks, and that's all gone. And most of the sorghum is gone. The sunflowers are gone. I mean, we really had a catastrophic event happen here last night, and it's not getting any better. I will never ever plant another sunflower here. And the sunflowers we did have come up, you walk down there, the deer have tore them up 3, 4, 5, 6 times worse than the video I posted up just a couple of days ago. And what else? Dick's Sporting Goods. I bought this thing so I could get those damn deer out of the field. You put it on charge for 8 hours. These are really nice things that doesn't fucking work. It doesn't work.
Well, with that being said, when he had it plugged up over here, we had lightning strikes. We lost power for a couple of hours. Luckily, we do have a whole house generator that we had just had serviced, but I don't know that power surge didn't have something to do with it, but he went out there and he could see deer tracks that had just sunk down in that mud, and all the sunflowers were eaten. So, oh Lord. And
I can't get out there, it's too muddy.
my car, I don't know where we left it when we were talking the last time, but we did have to have my car towed up to Easton, and the guy called back and he said, Miss Shipley, it's not the transmission. I put it on the machine, it's not the transmission. But you got this, this, and this, and this, it has to be done. So I was like, well, I swear to God, it really felt like the transmission. He got in it, he went for a drive, it acted up, he called me back in about an hour and he said, well, your transmission's going. No shit. That's what I told everybody it was, the transmission. I know a little bit about cars. So now the car's just shitting the bed. He said he'd buy it from me for less than $1,000, so I'm just going to sell it. And my daughter and son-in-law bought a little Kia for her just running around the car. And when I went up there and saw it, I fell in love with that car. And then I started doing research on it. And they just have the best little reputation. I need something smaller now. I'm not doing real well with a big car. I don't want anything real expensive. So I was looking at, my son-in-law has a cousin that's a really good mechanic, and he gave him a list. A Kia was right up there. A BMW was up there. Believe it or not, I'll think of it in a minute. A Hyundai was up there. There were 3 or 4 things that he highly recommended that was easy to get worked on, easy to get parts for, and a Kia was up there. So I was going to get me a brand new one of those because you can get them for fairly cheap and they're under warranty for like 10 freaking years. And then Greg called. And Greg's father and mother, which are elderly and take really good care of all their shit, they are selling a Toyota, a little SUV.
We're their age.
No, we're not.
They're not that much older than us.
Yes, they
They're
are.
not elderly compared to us.
Do you know that I'm elderly? I'm considered elderly. I am, but anyway, so
You weren't
now
you weren't elderly last night when I had to go at you.
So now, do I spend $17,000 and get me a brand new car with 0 miles on it that's got a shit ton of warranties and free oil changes and shit, or do I buy a 5,500 Toyota that will work just fine for me right now for just running around?
From Greg and ruin a good friendship.
It's not Greg, it's Greg's dad.
And ruin a good friendship.
So
All right, there you go.
I've never seen that. I've never seen that TikTok thing everybody's talking about. I don't know what it is, but now everybody's doing TikTok. You know, for a while everybody was doing Snapchat.
Swazo sends me all these videos. I'll show you.
But what is it?
No, they just, well, here, I'm going to show you one and you'll be offended, but that's just Swazo. Swazo, he prefers to call himself. And he sends them all off of here, but so many of them are stupid. I wouldn't waste too much time on this stupid ass website.
Okay, well, you're wasting time trying to find it, so that's
Well,
enough
I'm
of
just
that right
talking
now.
about it, you know. This is, I don't know. You know, oh, here he is, here he is, here he is, here he is. I don't even know what half of the shit this guy fucking sends to me. Just, all right, well, this ain't working.
Yeah, put it up. I don't want to see it that bad. TikTok is cheat 'em.
What the hell's going on
They're
here?
saying that TikTok is bad.
Oh, he sends me all kinds of these chicks dancing and shit like that.
I don't know how the kids do in snow and ice, but honestly, we don't get that much snow and ice here, and we've got the big truck. So, yeah, BB, that's what everybody is. Oh, Toyotas was right up there. The Toyota is the one that Dylan's cousin said. And I had no Toyotas have got a reputation of running forever. When I had my granddaughter in the car the other day and that transmission started going out, I was getting ready to go over a bridge. And it really scared me to death. I just kept thinking, oh my God, what if this happens? And I have my grandchildren in there and there's nowhere to pull over. I just got really sort of freaked out. Don?
I'm trying to find that because that was a pretty good video, but I can't get it off here now. Everything's fucked up.
I wasn't really looking for foreign cars. If you want to know the truth, my dream car, I'd really like to have one of those new Ford Broncos. They're going to really start throwing them out there, I think, on the 9th of July, which is not that far. And then I think by the 16th or the 13th or something, they're going to be full on. And Ford Bronco would be my top pick, but I don't really want to spend $35,000 or $40,000 right now. So trying to make up for the Bernath money. But I know that, you know, I get on there today and I'm even looking at used cars that have got several miles on them, and trucks are $40,000. No, used trucks are $40,000, and I just have never spent that amount of money on a vehicle. We don't really give a shit what they look like as long as they get us from point A to point B. But I don't know.
$40,000 is going to buy the monument I want left in my memory.
I'm going to throw you off the dock.
Total marble.
He swims with the fishes. That's what you're going to be doing.
Total marble and immense. 2-3 stories. I don't know. It's going to take a bunch of Egyptians to get that thing right.
And I've been getting all kinds of messages wanting to know about how my not smoking is going. My not smoking is going fine. But because I've quit smoking, I'm starting to gain weight back. Because if you've been a smoker and you stop, your metabolism actually shuts down. And I can just tell because I'm not using my hands, I'm eating more shit. Dawn gets potato chips and brings them out there. So now I'm going to try to quit drinking. So I've quit eating carbs. I've quit smoking. And now I'm going to quit having my wine at night. I mean, I'm not a big drinker anymore anyway. But wine, I really like my wine, and wine is fattening. I know that a couple of glasses of wine is good for you in the evening, but not a half a box.
You and me get out there and throw a football for a little while each evening.
And so he's going to quit drinking with me. So he said, we've got to get rid of this booze around here, and then we won't be. Do you know how much booze we have in this house? Because people just send us booze. Trucker Dean sent me a whole case of wine the other day. People send us booze. And, God.
It's okay.
Robin
Let it go.
Sends us vodka and whiskey. Robin sends us that on a regular basis. So Don's drinking like a fish, trying to get rid of all the stuff. Oh.
Well, that's what you got to do. If you don't
But
want
we'll see how it
gotta-
goes.
You got to drink it. You got to drink it down.
And one of our subscribers that's on here, he goes by Shark Fan.
Mark, Andre.
We got a huge box in the mail the other day, and I don't know what possessed him to do this, but he has gone out and bought a bunch of decoys and hand painted these things. They must be for me for in my girl room because he has painted all different colors. I think there's 7 or 8 of them, and they're wild colors. He sent me one that's turquoise, and I think it's neat. I mean, this is a purple one with a green head. I think they're very cool. So thank you. That was nice of you to do that. A little unexpected.
That's right. Without me smoking, I'm coughing my brains out here.
And smoking all that pot.
Could be a little bit of that, but yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know you would like those decoys so much. I showed up in a big box, and that's Mark. And I thought, I don't know how she's gonna. She went out there, and next thing I saw, I was watching her off the porch. She was in the back of my truck, and they were all laid down. I laid them out, and opened the box, and she was just putting them in her arm.
Oh,
So
I love
I
them.
don't have any taste. What do I know?
I like anything that is
These are nice.
wild looking and
Thank you.
eclectic, and I do. I think they're very nice, and there's orange and turquoise ones, and they go in my girl room, so thank you for thinking of me. Zena is out there in the mud hole. Everybody else is here on the porch laying around being good. They've had their supper, but Zena chose to get in the biggest ass mud puddle and just lay and waller around in it, so she's
It's
not
bad.
in.
There's
She's not
so
in here
much-
tonight.
There's so much mud. There's so much mud here. It's really, I can't even tell you how bad what happened here last night. And then again today was a major downpour of the chufa destroying crops, the sorghum, everything just got planted. And here comes all that rain right on top of it, just plap. Not even a shower, an all-day shower. You know, that's what you would want. Not even all-day shower. I can't tell you how bad, and that's why I'm struggling with all this. I'm really struggling. That when you get an all-day soaking, you get an all-day rain, that's all good. But when all of a sudden the heavens open up and it goes, BAM! BAM, motherfucker!
Hey!
It washes. I can't tell you how much of my farm has been washed into the Chesapeake Bay. All the topsoil, which is they don't make any more topsoil, but you know it's
They don't make any. They don't make any more topsoil.
no. What you have is what you got.
Who don't make anymore?
The fucking Mother Nature. And it all went in the bay.
Steph, you've not missed a damn
All
thing.
went in the bay. So much of my farm went in the bay last night. It was like they might as well just tilted it upside down and dumped it in the bay. And all the bay doesn't need any more problems either. So all the fertilizer we just put down, all the gypsum we just put down, all went in the bay. It's a total fucking disaster. It's a total disaster. And so I'm doing my best, and yeah, I have my lemon water. Yeah, it's a terrible mess. And don't even get me started with those sunflowers. I got to come up with plan A, B, C. But all those baseball diamonds that I showed you how all well that is, that's all fucking gone. That chufa, those ducks just jumped in there today and just ate all that shit. I'm just fucking gone, man. So.
Nevada Tim, actually, we have bought a car from a rental company before. I think we went through Avis, and I got the coolest little Firebird, midnight blue. I loved that car. It was absolutely perfect. We got it for a good price. I know you can get a good deal through those rental cars. I know you can. I don't know. I'm just not in a huge hurry, but I think after being stuck with one car for a while, I'm gonna get in a hurry, quick.
Yeah, Steph, I'm reading what Steph said. You have 12 feet of topsoil, now they're down to 4. And I watched Jeff put his disc on here, and I've had to do it myself, and you just see a cloud, and you saw it last night, and you're like, what is that over there? Where were you? In the east? Like, what is that over there? And I was like, they're disking up a field. It's just this cloud.
I thought something was on
Soil.
fire. It looked like something was on fire.
And that's all your topsoil going. And of course, Jeff, came down here and disked all this stuff up, and it just the best windstorm he could find, and just all my topsoil blew on the 2 neighboring farms. And yeah, they don't make it anymore. It's tough. I'm really.
Hi, Karen. Hertz is bankrupt, and they're offloading all their cars at big discounts. Woo! I will check that out.
Yeah.
Woo!
It doesn't help
No,
us
the
with
Firebird
price.
did not come with a mullet, but I'll tell you what it did come with. I got my car, and I love my little sports car, and we were actually driving down here to the Eastern Shore with our little children for Christmas. There was a stretch between Chesapeake, Virginia and the Eastern Shore where there wasn't nothing. Not a gas station, not a fast food restaurant, nothing. A long stretch. It's not like that anymore. Don was driving my car, and I was in the passenger seat, and I stretched. Just how you stretch your legs out when you've been sitting for a while driving. And that car died. It was dead as 4 o'clock. It was awful. Snow. We waited so long that there was ice on the inside of the windshield by the time Don's family came to get us. We had to get the damn thing towed.
Now, my dad told it.
I thought we had to get it towed by a person.
I'll finish the story if you want.
Okay.
She's driving, and I'm just sitting there. And
Oh, was I driving?
Yep. And the Firebird dies on this beautiful stretch of highway here in Eastern Shore. It just died, and it is cold. I mean, it's blowing snow across the road, man. It's bad. And we tried it and tried it and tried it and tried it and switched and did everything, and all of a sudden it fired up again. Whoa, are we lucky? And we got up the road a few miles.
That is right.
It died. And I called my dad, who lived, I don't know, probably 70 miles away when you look at Bosman.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm coming. And by the time he got there, we were frozen.
There was ice on the inside of the windows.
There was no heat.
I had my little boy in my arms, wrapped him up.
My dad wrapped the car up and put them in his vehicle and said, "You're going to have to stay in there and drive." So, you know, I'm a tough guy. My feet were frozen. I drove that vehicle, just steering it all the way home. And he put it in the garage, which wasn't really a garage, and he put a big heater on it to try to melt what we thought was water in the fuel lines or something. And that didn't work. And then we took it to a buddy of his, because my dad spent a lot of money around town. And he had a big garage, and he took it in there, and we had to go home. Now, we're in the Navy, so we have to go back to Virginia, and we don't have a flipping car to drive. We're a few hundred miles away from home. And his mechanic said, you know, it's just, we don't know what's wrong. We can't figure it out. We can't figure it out. We can't figure it out. And all of a sudden, he calls back a while later, and he goes, he tells the story. Some kid, a punk, pimple-faced kid, walked in while they were fucking with it. One of the mechanics, whatever, and he goes, he opened the passenger side door, and he reached underneath there, and he flipped up a switch, and he said, "Try it now."
It was the anti-theft thing that were on, I guess they're on all the cars at the rental lot, because the cars are just sitting out there 24/7, so they install a thing that keeps people from stealing the cars.
Never told us.
Never told us.
Never told us. They never thought to look under there. But by that point, we had already took my dad's old station wagon home that went across the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. Like, it had no shocks. Nothing. It was just bouncing everything you hit.
No, it broke down.
Yeah, I know. It was just bad all the way around.
And
then
we
there
left
was
it at a
that little
convenience
switch
store.
Some kid found and just, it was like, fuck it up. I just wanted to kill somebody.
Oh, God.
So I don't like you. I don't like any of you. I don't like car dealer guys. I don't like sorghum. I don't like millet, nothing, sunflowers. I'm really beside myself tonight. I only have my lemon water.
Craig Scott.
Oh
Hi.
my God.
I a drunk.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
Oh, Steph, please. No, we don't want, we like you. We don't want anybody to be giving us cars or we're to start hating you.
He's not.
Greg is already out of the will. Trying to give us his dad's car. He's going to be selling it for $5,000, and he lives right there. That's never going to work. It's never going to work.
Steph, Don just don't like talking about cars.
No, I don't. I'm not going to do
I'm
it.
getting in our married life. He has gone to buy 2 cars with me. One was our first one, a Nova, a burgundy Nova we got, and then the other one was the Firebird. But I do all the car buying. I go, I check them out, I test drive them, and I have never bought a lemon. I've done a pretty good job, haven't I? Knock on wood. So.
We're asking about the switch. So I'm driving, and I think when I try to stretch out, I trip the switch.
Yeah.
And then in this middle of this panic, it was really bad out there. Whether I got back in or you got back in, you tripped the switch.
Yes.
And then it started going again. And then a little bit further down the road, your feet, it was right there.
You know how
where
those
your
sports
feet
cars
were.
are? Your feet sort of stick straight out in front of you, you know, like a race car. That's how you sit when you're in one of those sports cars. So your feet are sort of up underneath the dash. That's what we done.
Just tripping it back and forth and never knew. And we had it for so long before that, too.
Uh-huh.
And never did it until we took a family road trip with my fucking size 14s in there. Oh, man.
Well,
Okay, so we're going to talk about the Black Lives Matter here.
I'd rather not.
Oh,
Honestly.
I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna nail this. You wait until what happens here tomorrow. This guy is playing that card in a huge way. He was busted as a phony SEAL in 2005, and he did it again. And this guy plays that card.
Not the one with the dog collar.
Yes, yeah. It's bad, and I'm gonna catch some shit for this. Whether this, when I did the Indian, what was that guy's name? And it just upset all the Indians or whatever, and I got kicked off of YouTube. But I'm going after this guy, Jungle Cat style. But he's all posed up with Jesse Jackson and all these other guys, and he is really pushing this, that he has to wear a pistol in his chest harness when he fly fishes because of systemic racism in the outdoors. Yeah. We don't want black people fishing or hunting in this country. We don't want to do that. And he has to wear a pistol to protect himself from white people
an idiotic
that want
statement.
to shoot him while he's fly fishing.
What idiotic statement that is.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law, Dennis, is best
Oh, no,
friend.
you're not going to do that because we already did that. You're no different than your brother-in-law, Dennis, when you do stuff like that.
You need to shut up. How about that? And let me finish.
Are you about to say your brother-in-law, Dennis, is best friends with a black guy?
No, it's his best fishing buddy and hunting buddy that they're together with every day. To just say that white people don't want black people hunting or fishing, who the hell says that?
He did.
I know he did.
I'm going to get that son of a bitch. Not for that. Bitch, they phony SEAL claims, but that was your brother-in-law. Who was it? At the Grand National. We're all sitting at this table. And it was the mayor and a state senator. All right. Whatever.
We want to help, Don.
And everybody is so fucking sensitive now. You can't say that, but I will tell you this. When I sink my claws in that fucking guy, as big and popular as he is, I don't know where I'm ever going to go after that if I don't do it extremely carefully. But I don't do that. I'm just going to say I am a what do you call that when you an equal opportunity phony slayer. I don't care if you're a Mexican, an Indian, a black guy, a white guy. I would fucking jungle cat your ass.
Well, he needs it. He's out there. There's video of him, and he's out there, and he's got all of this. Arvis. Yeah, the name brand Arvis that has all the fishing gear, the expensive stuff. He's outfitted from head to toe in Arvis, and he's out here on this creek bank, and all this expensive gear. While his dog is laying there.
We don't need to give him too much here.
With his dog there and that collar, I'd like to bust him just because of what he's got on that damn dog's collar. That's just inhumane.
That dog, that collar on that dog, that poor service dog for shit he doesn't have. He doesn't have any PTSD. Your chance of getting PTSD from what he did in the Navy are about as good as getting PTSD from a hot dog stand. They are. An ice cream stand. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, God.
But, back to what I was saying, he's dressed in all this gear, and he's there on this beautiful creek. And to say that when he goes fishing, he has to carry a pistol right here for protection because there's so much racism out there on that creek. White people don't want him fishing. Now, I'll tell you right now, he's the dumbest ass that I believe I've ever heard speak about racism.
I think this is a turning point for us.
Arvis, that's it, Arvis.
Okay, all right, everybody, easy, easy. Don't fucking be digging too deep into this shit. I don't know why she said that. If I just said that, this is.
Because sometimes
his records, I already have his partial records. His records are coming back in tomorrow, and he's already talked to some guy on the phone, another veteran that's in a charity thing, and he told him he was a fucking SEAL. And he got busted for it in 2005. So nobody on here, if you want to see the end of Don Shipley, this would be that turning point. When I turn on him, as big of that race card that he plays, this will be the
Karen.
end of me.
Steph
So
wants to talk about the new ducks, and Karen says to simmer down.
Don't be shaking any trees with this guy and out there searching. Hero. He's our zero. Don fucked around with this thing, but I pieced through it and I figured out who that dude was. Ease up. But
Simmer down, Karen says. And want to know about the ducklings.
I'm gonna get it, but yeah, this isn't this. What do you call that? What do you call that when the op is over? When you're laid to rest or something. This could go. I'll tell you what. It go this way or it go that way, because he is a big ass bullshitter, and I'm gonna fucking go at him. But he's got a lot of supporters. He is no small fucking fish. I will tell you that. And I don't like him. I don't like him for a lot of reasons, and you will find out why.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
No, we do not like him, and we do not like the way he treats that fucking beautiful dog above and beyond. So nobody be poking around this. He'll get his records tomorrow. He's a fucking Navy reservist.
The ducks are doing fine. Don had to really come down hard on Coda and Michonne about the ducks, because it's been a while since we had them, but the dogs are being good, and the dogs spend most of their day out in the yard. They all stay together. I looked out yesterday and they were all in a circle underneath the apple tree, just laying there in the shade, but they're doing good and they're growing like weeds, and the other ducks sort of take care of them, and so does the peacock.
You know what I might do? I might load up a picture here if I can get this.
We better not do that, since we have such a good
I will-
connection and stuff.
Because I love animals, I don't see why you would need to do something like this to one. This is going to be pretty easy. I don't, except that you look tougher. And when you put a, like a collar on a Doberman with spiked collars, you don't look tougher. The Doberman looks tougher. Is that right?
I used to have a spike collar on Jock out in San Diego.
To make the dog look tougher.
Yeah, because I was scared to death.
But the only thing you do was something like this, and the mouse isn't working.
Okay, we'll put it up after this is over.
Yeah, maybe.
After we're finished, let's do it that way.
You want to? Do you want to?
I just want to go back to doing the thing.
I know, I can't get back there. I can't get back there. That's where we're going. Okay, so, whatever. I'm really kind of twisted that guy. The mouse doesn't work, nothing. Nothing's working here. There's a lot of moisture in the ground. There's a lot of shit going on around here. Like, I've had it. And I mean, I've really had it today. And so, I just want to... let's just see here. Ooh, here we go. Here we go right there. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. There we go. Right there. Open.
The
Right
other
there.
one's better.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's just,
Upload.
I don't like that thing for several reasons. Really upset when I saw that dog like that. So I will post that down, and That's a big good one. I am fucking throwing it out there. You don't deserve a dog like that with what you did. But you have people believing you're some kind of Jedi Knight hero, combat veteran with PTSD and nightmares, and you would strap some shit on that dog like that. And if you look close, it's one of those choke chains on that service dog.
That digs.
You know, this is, I guess, supposed to be a fully trained service dog.
Service dogs don't have to wear choke chains. They're trained.
And then you put that where it
Now let Coda in.
restricts his head movement. And we got another one. It's a web belt. It's just really bad. I would never put something on there like that. I've had trouble in the past with every collar I've ever tried to put on a dog, and none of these dogs in here right now ever wear a collar more than a couple of hours, because you're going to run through the woods, you're going to get something snagged. Mujahideen
Yeah, we talked about
died
that.
from the neighbor when he wrapped his mouth around his neck and got the choke collar in there, jumping up on a fence, and they hooked themselves on a fence. It was really bad.
Oh, God, she's got the remote control.
Oh my God.
Zena.
Oh.
But that
I
collar
thought
on that dog is so big that the dog can't turn his head with full motion.
Yeah.
Can't
Go
see.
ahead. Just keep talking,
And-
girl.
So you know, whenever you're turning your head and something hard is up there, that's
Ooh.
cutting right in you. You know, that's just hurting so bad. It's
Something
awful.
what? Something what?
What?
Something what?
Oh, I know. I'm fuming too. I just, you know, service dogs are. You don't have to. You don't have to get on them. They're just highly trained, and you certainly don't need anything like that on a service dog's neck. And so that's why I want him busted.
You've seen this with me before. Service dogs, PTSD, traumatic brain injuries. I am all over your lying ass shit for a bunch of that stuff. And hopefully you guys will petition Donald Trump. You will write Donald Trump and you say, hey, why don't you appoint Shipley as the head of the VA? Let's get these problems solved. Because all I do is hire 1,000 VA investigators. You know how much money comes out of the VA every month for bullshit? Bullshit.
Our labs only wear collars too. When they're hunting, put on the collar so that Don can get them. And same as you, not all the time. If the dogs are not going to be out, but if we're going to go and take our dogs somewhere, we put a collar on them. You know, obviously for a leash. But none of my dogs do very well on a leash because we've always lived in the country, and they just don't have to be on a leash. They're free.
Yeah, that's right. So if we're infuriating everyone, let's infuriate them a little bit more. Let's do this one this time.
No, choose file.
Choose file. Okay, we're doing that. This is Terry's stuff. This is just the insane. I just get so mad looking at that. And so there's no real reason for anything like that. I don't think that dog is. I think it makes the owner look tough. And he has a lot to look tough about. And I will slap your fucking ass down the sides. Who is that? Manchu? Manchu, wake the fuck up, man. Quit living in the past. Golf course, really? You didn't fucking... You need to catch up on some of the videos, homeboy. They're big googly-eyed motherfucker. It was over. If you never saw the final episode of the moron that was trying to sell that shit, you just chase it and chase it and chase it. But if you're fine with that Manchu, if you did not see that episode, we're signing the final papers tomorrow for the golf course, and it's ours, a whole 150 acres. How about that? And we put 75 acres of that in your name. So you are the proud. It doesn't cost you a thing. You are also a part owner in that golf course. So thanks for being you, dude.
Hi, kitty.
SEAL dog training program, of course. That's why I reached out to PJ today. PJ trained dogs in Afghanistan as service dogs. Yeah. Oh, wait till the video. You know, that's what I like about phonies. You have it written in the internet. You're just a talker. You are just a talker. And you have plenty of video. Guys, I can't tell you how much video I have on this guy. He is no small potatoes. CBS, NBC, big time stuff. Big time. And I'm
Can
not
you
happy.
fix that back, please?
Oh, Diane. Oh, Diane. There you go.
Hi, canine lover. Yeah, I'd like to put that collar on that son of a bitch too. See how he liked wearing that thing all day. Although we did used to go to parties, SEAL team parties, and you know them shocking collars for dogs. I've seen team guys put those on and shock each other, and tasers, like police tasers, get drunk and tase each other.
New guys.
Yeah.
Put the shock collar on. Hit him with that a few times. We did it back in the cabin too.
Infantryman says, lay off the Quaaludes, Manchu. Yeah, get off them ludes.
Manchu, there's a beautiful house on the property. It's all yours. You bring all your
Quaaludes won't do.
filthy women down here.
Oh, God.
God, that Manchu. You gotta change that. I don't think I'm the only one. You gotta get rid of those eyeballs on there. Why don't you put up a picture of you, really, who you really look like?
Yeah, I like pictures of the people so I can see. I like that. Whenever people don't have pictures up of themselves, I always wonder if they're stalkers. If you could bring back any TV show, what would it be? I know what I would. Cheers. No, not Cheers. MASH. I used to I like the music from the helicopter. I love MASH. Hawkeye, Pierce, Hot Lips. I love MASH.
I'd love to bring back Looney Tunes.
Oh, God.
I guess that just became too over the top racial with Pepe Le Pew, Speedy Gonzales, Foghorn Leghorn. I don't know. Now, she delivered the news that Paw Patrol has been taken off.
My
the
little
TV.
grandson, Remington,
Mine, yes.
he loves the Paw Patrol. I've got his little gummies, Paw Patrol gummies up there. He's got all the little dogs. They're all policemen, and now they're shutting them down because all of the cops are referred to as good cops, and he's 3. He's freaking 3. My little grandson's playing with little dogs in police uniforms. I don't want to, we don't even need to get into it. I just get blistered. That's just going a little bit too far. Daggum.
You're a racist.
I'm not, I love my little grandson playing with those things. He just has his imagination. I just love watching
It's
him.
old.
Yeah.
Old.
He
We're over it.
he calls his pap and me probably 2 or 3 times a day. We FaceTime each other, and you know the cups that have got Don's picture on it that says "Stolen Valor, not on my watch." That's what he did his pap today for Father's Day. He said, "Don Shipley, Stolen Valor, not on my watch." He did it so good. I saw that a lot of the cops quit in Atlanta. I tell you right now, I don't know if it's a rumor either, but when cops start really walking off
Why would they stay?
and quitting.
Why would they stay?
I don't
Why would
know.
they stay? And you bring those riots to the rural areas. I tell you what, I don't know how much you want to start coming down that driveway.
Yeah.
People are getting tired of it. I said that on here. I caught a little flack for that. That enough is enough. Your point taken. Point taken. It's still going on.
Bada bing, Chuck, won your first game, huh, last night. Good for you.
Bad.
Good for you. Red
Yeah,
Man's
it
not on here. I don't know who Red Man is. Urinal Tech is up there. I say, boy. That's what he said. Is
I
that?
love that fog on.
Oh, yeah.
Or he'd pick up that dog by the tail and spank his ass with a board. That was so funny. And it's right out of reach. The dog could go over.
Okay,
I liked
Manchu
F
changed
Troop.
his picture.
I liked F Troop. Oh, that was a great show. Forrest Tucker, all that. I liked all those old shows, and they never meant any harm. I mean,
They really did. They declared Atlanta itself to be an open city. Get out while you can. No shit. With no cops in Atlanta. Man, I've been to Atlanta more than once. I would really not want to be there
see
with
your
no
daughter
cops.
trying to stir the pot up here.
Who?
Foo. She just couldn't help herself.
Foo
think
is
she-
my
I
daughter.
think she's got into another bottle of wine since she.
Right
doesn't
there,
drink.
the one that said, there's a lady claiming she's UDT 34. Foo is my daughter, Fallon, so give her shit, guys, every time you see her name.
Trying to stir up some shit on her.
Yeah.
She's trying to get me spun up, and there's a lot of you guys that do that. Well, I'll just poke at him a little bit, and get him all spun up, and then I'll regret saying something. Somehow I haven't, but this will be a big test with this guy.
Oh yeah, Gunsmoke. I wish I'd bring
I watch
Gunsmoke back.
Gunsmoke's on here all the time.
Thank you, Peyton. Peyton thinks I look really nice today.
You have no idea.
Dawn. Thank you, Peyton, honey.
She is smoking hot tonight.
You need to cook us something else.
She's all brown and everything else.
Life's a Drag says it must be G.I. Jane. Dawn never heard that. Dawn never watched G.I. Jane, but I will admit I did. I just wanted to see. There's Bassett.
Oh,
Hi,
God.
Garrett.
Foo's on here. There's your niece. What is it? What is Fallon? Your cousin.
Fallon's my daughter.
For Bassett.
Oh, his
Why
cousin.
do you do that to me?
Gavin and Garrett and Bethany and Dawson are all sitting there drinking beer watching the show.
Well, Foo's on
A
here. That's all
Tennessee
I was
bunch
saying.
is here.
You look at Foo, that's your cousin. Shit.
Oh, God.
Don't bother anybody. I'm still pissed off about this Cyclops. I will tell you what. Damn, I gotta go all the way back up there and turn that thing in. Alright, so what are we gonna do?
So you're making my fried chicken tonight? Good. Tomorrow I'm going to show you all some potato salad that I made last night and Dawn loved. And tonight I made green beans and tomatoes and balsamic vinegar. I've started using balsamic vinegar instead of a lot of shit because I'm getting fat. I'm trying to make you healthy, Dawn. No. My mom's doing okay. Yesterday, there was a bear that came in my mom's room and was under the bed, and the bear started standing up, so my mom thought she was going to fall out of the bed, so she just rolled over and went to sleep. And she's as happy as she can be. So mom's doing great. If I could live anywhere in the United States, where would you live? Tennessee. I'd go back to them mountains. I'd go back to them mountains in a minute. And I hope I die in them Tennessee mountains. That's where I want to go.
Oh, you're going back there with your sister.
Either there or Costa Rica. Either the mountains or the beach.
Her and her sister are going to turn into the Baldwin twins when me and Dennis kick over, which could be about any time right now. I mean, you could time my shit in an egg timer.
The Baldwin sisters.
Yeah, the Pappy's Recipe. Little house on the fucking prairie.
Yeah.
On Walton's Mountain, that's what it is, Walton's Mountain.
Yeah.
You guys. Why are you making me work for it?
Pigeon Forge. We're right there at Pigeon Forge, honey. Right there at Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge. That's where we're from. So is my grandson still up? Is my grandson Remington watch me? I sure hope so. Remington? You guys met Remington. He likes being on here.
Now there's Seahawk, Vancouver. We're going up because that's where I'm going. I'm going to.
We have been to Vancouver and I love it.
That's not where we went. We're going to Oak Island.
No shit, I'm not.
I am going to start digging on Oak Island.
Are you guys in Knoxville? Oh wow, you are close. We'll have to hook up next time I go home. Are you going to Pigeon Forge Friday? Wow, have a good time. I wish I was in Tennessee. We could drink.
God help us.
It's all that action last night, I reckon.
I got dislocated my hip. I don't know. Okay, I'm really mad about some stuff.
Karen's mom said that she's in the hospital and complained that she had the only wheelchair that flew inside the hospital. That's sort of the stories I get daily, but
Nobody wants
she's
to
happy.
Why
She's
don't
just so happy.
Why don't you wrap this up? Tell everybody.
No.
Tell everybody. Hey, you got
No,
just got
I
a couple of
can't do
minutes.
this.
No, you can. You're on a roll. There you
No,
go. You
that
got 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
That Canadian bear, boy, I think I told you guys about everybody on our ship got so shit-faced. That captain of that ship said, don't go here, don't go there, somewhere in the red light district, and said something about, now be careful with this Canadian beer. Well, everybody thought they knew better, and they drank that Canadian beer, and the whole ship was puking and hung over the next day. Actually, M1 Hound in Gatlinburg, they've got a big glass bridge now that goes right over the town. And I don't know what happened, but something happened the other day, and that thing cracked all the way from one end to the other. And that's why I'd never walk on no glass bridge, because I wouldn't do that. Who's in Alaska? That's one place I'd love to go. I'd love to see Alaska. I wouldn't want to live there, I don't think. I think I'd be depressed because it stays dark so long. But I sure as hell would like to go. Don loved it, and he wanted to take me. That's the only place I ever said I wouldn't follow him to, only because the sun don't come up sometime. Old Magnum PI, we used to love that. I never missed that. I love Tom Selleck for all kinds of reasons, but I think he's just a really, really great guy. He's been married to the same girl for a really long time, and I just like him. Aw, I'm sorry about your mom. That's the thing in this during this quarantine, and I can't get in there, and I can't see my mom. She can't see me or my sister. I can tell that she's really declining her memory, and things. She got to have interaction, and my sister would go and get her, and take her, and certainly when I go to Tennessee, I'd go get her just about every day and take her. We'd go shopping. I'd take her to Pigeon Forge. We'd go in nice restaurants to eat. And she's just been locked up in there for months and months now. And it's so bad that she's not just in a nursing home. They have quarantined the halls that you live on. So it's a fairly nice place. It's got a big front porch with rocking chairs, and it's got a big fireplace, but she can't even go out there. They've got her locked in a hall, and it just sucks. And I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to have to do something quickly, because those old people are getting worse and worse and worse with no contact. All right, Shipley, get over here and do something. It is right at 7 o'clock. God damn this man. wash my hand, you idiot.
Oh, they're all good. What happened?
It'll be a nice night tonight.
Oh, stop. Did I break your fingers?
Yeah.
I always do that. This is funny stuff.
That really hurt.
How did it hurt?
Because my hand was here and you shoved that chair right there on my arthritis hand.
Did you see handrails down there?
What?
Do you see handrails?
Handrails?
If you see handrails, then you shouldn't be having your hands down there. All right, what are we doing here? Not believable. Okay. No, Manchu, don't anybody.
Terry's on here. He switched the video.
Yeah.
Thank you, Terry.
Terry, don't. Nobody on here except Manchu's friend request.
I'm friends with Manchu.
Not after tonight. See ya.
Bye, guys.